And then, of course, rock and roll. Well, here's another blast from the past.
It's not often a sound like that echoes through the Portland Museum of Art, only when legendary disc jockey Arnie Ginsburg drops by for a chat. Arnie's interest in radio began as a boy in Boston, where he tinkered with electronics, but he became a star behind the mic at WMEX.
Arnie Ginsburg, the guy with the swinging show. Down in Boston, Mass, he's the guy that the kids all know.
First went on 1956, and what a perfect year, because the baby boomers were booming, and Elvis Presley was just coming up.
Well, since my baby left me, well, I found a new place to dwell. Well,
It just kept growing and growing and growing.
Heartbreak Hotel where I'll be.
Ginsburg helped make WMEX the Boston rock and roll radio powerhouse. The Night Train show was heard each night from 9 until midnight.
It's Arnie Ginsburg on the Night Train show.
He became woo-woo with the help of a musician friend.
He walked in with this. I said, "What's that?" He said, "Well, try it. When you blow, it goes woo-woo." No, I said, "Go." I said, "Wow, that's great. I'm going to use that. I'm going to be woo-woo Ginsburg."
Inspired.
And it just caught on, and in fact, my license plate is woo.
Well, anybody who listens to your shows knows you were, let's put it mildly, energetic with the sound effects.
But anyway, I added a lot of sound effects. In fact, one night, Johnny Mathis, who was a singer, stopped in the studio, and I had all this apparatus laid out, and he said, "Hey man, what are you doing? Are you doing surgery?" Anyway, I had, in those days they always gave the time on radio. So I'd say WMEX cuckoo time, 9:27.
And he'd use sound effects on the commercials for his teenaged audience.
We had sponsors like Stridex, Pfizer-Hex, Clearasil, and I'd say, "Hey kids, do you have pimples?"
DJs were closely linked with their biggest sponsors. For Arnie, it was a drive-in burger joint called the Adventure Car Hop in Saugus.
Oh, Adventure Car Hop is the place to go for food that's always right.
You also had your own burger.
Oh yes, the Ginsburger.
What made the Ginsburger special?
Well, first of all, it was a 2-for-1 special, actually 3-for-1 special, because you got 2 burgers and indigestion. It was special because it had a twist on the top. They would drop an onion ring in the fat and put it on, and it was the twist, and it had other things. It was good. That was a big sponsor for years and years and years, and it had a theme song.
Hi there, this is Arnie Ginsburg telling you that Adventure Car Hop presents for the first time anywhere, the Ginsburger.
Oh, Adventure Car Hop is the place to go for
People that I run into now, they meet me the first time, they say, "You woo," and they start singing the Adventure Car Hop commercial. They know the words. I can't even remember them now.
Hi, this is Sonny.
And Cher.
And we're saying hello to Arnie Ginsburg. And I got woo, babe.
If you wanted your record to be a hit, you needed woo-woo to play it, so the stars came calling.
Hey, baby, this is Jerry Lee Lewis. And if you're walking down Commonwealth Avenue with your transistor on, you'd better be listening to Arnie Ginsburg. Cats, he's with it, I guarantee you.
Arnie could even make hits happen without trying.
I said,
Yeah, it was a controversial song about the lyrics. Actually, the Kingsmen that record Louie Louie just didn't articulate very well. There was nothing obscene in it. But anyway, nobody had really played Louie Louie, and I was sent a copy and said, "See what you think of this." And I had control of my own radio program. I could play or reject any records I wanted. And that's why they sent me a copy and said, "This one's different." I listened to it, and I said, "This is terrible." I said, "This is the worst song I've ever heard." I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to play it as the worst record of the night.
Okay, let's give it to him right now.
So I introduce it as the worst record of the week, and played it, I think, 2 times or 3. I can't remember. The next morning, when I came into the station, the secretary at the switchboard said, "Arnie, we're getting a lot of calls from record stores. They want to know who distributes Louie Louie." I said, "Oh, no."
Ginsburg, who has made his home in Ogunquit for many years now, was no stranger to Maine in his DJ days. Stephen King was evidently a woo-woo fan because he made it into King's novel, It.
Our signal from WMEX went right up the coast, right into Bangor, too, from Boston. And there's a whole couple of pages here. And they describe that Ritchie, there were only 2 sources of rock and roll for Ritchie. American Bandstand on Channel 7 in Bangor in the afternoon, and WMEX out of Boston at night, where the air thinned and the hoarse, enthusiastic voice of Arnie Ginsburg came wavering in and out like the voice of a ghost call up at a seance. Is that perfect? Stephen King writing?
You can get a taste of what an Arnie Ginsburg broadcast sounded like from an album called Cruisin' 1961, part of a series surveying rock and roll radio. As Arnie likes to point out, the covers give you a sense of how much things have changed.
The Cruisin' 1958 one, this is a Chevy, but look at the price of gasoline, 19.9 cents for regular, and high test was 22.9 cents a gallon.
He plays all the records, especially for you. It's Arnie Ginsburg on the Night Train Show.